This is not supposed to happen. An 18-year-old untitled over-the-board blitz player, Ethan Sheehan, taking down elite grandmasters. In this game, it was Sam Sevian, one of the best blitz players in the USA, even in the world, right? And he had the white pieces, did Sam. It was at the Daniel Naroditsky Memorial Tournament, just recently finished early July 2026. This game's incredible, and what Ethan does in the overall tournament is nuts. I'll bring that at the end. Let's check out this game. Ethan plays with the solid king pawn. In response to this one, we see a standard bishop's game here. Italian stallion. Clock times are on the left. 3 minutes each, plus a couple seconds per move. Knight in the game, pawn d3, all standard stuff here, and white goes for the big centre. Or do they? Watch this from Sam. Bishop g5, razor sharp. Is that going to be a good piece, a bad piece? It soon gets very theoretical. This bishop drops back. No way it's ever breaking this pin now, right? Black's all in on this idea. Kick back the bishop, and then, after a couple more moves, really kick it back. But first, before you can say
mushrooms,
there goes the pawn, taking space, advancing, wonderful bathtub, but you ain't seen nothing yet. We see pawn g5 now, and it does ask a big question. Can you not play this sackaroo and then go for some f4 stuff soon? You know, prepare it soon with king h1. Now f4's coming. It really just doesn't work. Here's an example of how black could play and give back the exchange, and it's a really good attack for black on the white king, not the other way around. So you just can't be doing this. Bishop therefore drops off, and pawn h5. You're about to get squished like a bug, so h4 fights back, pawn g4 in response, and this next move is weird. You know, you can go to h2 with the knight, move the king one day because of this pin, and then play for f3. Or you can come back to e1, head for c2, maybe e3, maybe from c2 support d4. But what you don't do is jump the knight into g5. Because yes, you hit the f7 tender point, but that knight's got no retreat squares. Really out on a limb. Ethan now calmly retreats, best move, covers the sensitive point. King h1 prepares to unleash the f-pawn here. And now after knight d7, really simple chess, threatening f6, forming the knay stack. White's in a world of pain. And this is what I just don't get. If you're going to stick the knight on this square, what's the big idea? This is what Sam unleashes here. Full-blooded attack, sure, with the pawns, king's in the centre, I get it. But after pawn f6, white just doesn't have the decisive breakthrough and is losing an entire piece over here. d4 is apparently best here, because wherever black takes, white's trying to set up a big centre. But a4 was played instead. Sure, big space gain, massive pawn structure at this point, well beyond a bathtub, some kind of combine harvester, I don't know. Really beautiful, but not playing through the centre. And Ethan now finds a great move. Not capturing, playable, good. But bishop e3. Bringing that one into the game now. It was already on a nice diagonal, but firing blankly. And after pawn d4 in this position, similar idea, go for the massive centre, rip open lines. We see takes, bishop takes, and Ethan gets to swap those dark squared ones and then chow down on an entire horsey. That's huge, because after white recaptures here, not actually best, rook f1 was apparently, now the queen can take, and not only are you picking up a tempo on the rook, but look how drafty this king is. The pawns might run. Now we see queen f1, covers this rook, knight b6 played to hit the bishop, unleash this one here, And despite not having this rook in the game, black's absolutely killing it. Up a piece, e5's tried here, and it just gets to desperation time. Because after knight takes on c4, Sam doesn't even recapture with the knight here. He can't go with the queen, got to stay with the rook. This is surely the move, but he rejects it because I guess he just didn't see a way from here to make the game wild, complicated. You know, it gets really bad now. Queen's invading, you're losing a ton of material, even getting checkmated if you're not careful. So let's back it up. After takes, no recaptures, knight e4 is wild, desperation, going for that black queen. She checks from h4, king g1, and now this knight, which did its defensive duties, re-enters the game, hits the rook. Jumping to f6 is best on the white side of things. At least save it, go for some counterplay, try and get something going, but not played. We see more sacrificial, wild chess from Sam Sevian. Pawn g3. Now it hits the queen, but she slides into h3. You couldn't capture, of course. The knight was covering that pawn, and white's got a problem. Black's going for the queen exchange and still threatening the rook. Still, you never captured this piece. So white says, I'm going for it. Finally takes the knight. Doesn't let the queens come off the board, but now knight takes on f4, and if pawn recaptures, this is a big problem. After the king moves away from the check, you gobble up this knight over here in just a moment, another check, and white's getting absolutely crushed. Leads to a checkmate soon. So let's back it up. We did not see pawn takes. Rook a2, super weird, but does stop the checkmate. Even threatens to trap this queen if you're not careful. And so d5 was played in response. Great move, supported by the knight. Ethan is 2 minutes up on Sam, which is nuts. What a game he's playing here. Knight f6 check was played. King d8 simply. Queen c5 holds on to the lady. But after queen takes, check. King f1. Sam Sevian resigns the game or lost on time. Not sure which. Why? Well, you're tons of material down, and here is an example of a checkmating line. You could even win the queen, but if you want to be fancy, check from over here, give up the knight, bring in the bishop, shut the trap on the king. There's a lovely checkmate if you don't want to win the queen. Absolutely crushing game, and this was the result in the whole tournament. Sindarov took it, then Wesley So, and then untitled Ethan Sheehan. What a result for him. Above Andy Woodward, Hikaru, Sam Sevian. Bonkers. Amazing tournament. Hope you enjoyed this one, and have a look at the video on screen if you want to see another epic game of chess. Cheers.